I thought there were two things that were unique about it. And by the way, I do want to say it's unique. I've been in a lot of conferences and meetings and deliberations, and I was happy to be here, and I enjoyed it. And I thought there were two things that were unique about it. First of all, the subject is a subject that Jewish educators and Jewish education have not always dealt with. Truth be told, I think it's a subject that Jewish educators have shied away from. So that in itself, I think, is important. Secondly, it was very uplifting for me to be in the room with the group of people that was here. It was very heterogeneous in terms of background, age, experience, and the like. But it was uplifting to me because it gave me a feeling that Jewish education is in good hands. There are some very unique, remarkable, thoughtful, and good-willed people out there. The central powerful idea that emerged is there's not a contradiction between wanting to be a good Jewish educator, caring for the Jewish people, wanting to really affect young Jews or Jews of all ages, and at the same time being open, willing, and having the depth to do evaluation, to have accountability, and to look at ourselves and to measure ourselves. Sometimes Jewish educators have hidden behind the mask of it's a process, it takes time, you can't really measure it. And here I think the two wisdoms went together, namely, it matters, it's important, it takes time, but at the same time we have a responsibility to begin to wrestle with the question of accountability. In that sense, I think it was sort of like Jewish education entered the 21st century today. I think it advanced the field because it didn't leap to the finish line. The question before us is really a hefty and serious question, not just for Jewish education, but education generally. How do you measure in education? This is one of the deepest and most profound questions there is. And this deliberation could have taken the quick route. It could have said, okay, we're bringing together you, whatever it is, 15, 20, 25, 30 people. Give us, by the end of the day, a questionnaire. Give us the 30 questions we need to ask. Tell us what kind of study we need to do. And the participants, and I think the leaders, didn't let that happen. It let it free flow, although it was laid out, I thought, very well, and it tapped into the best thinking of the diverse minds here. So I think the best thing that came out of it was the beginning of a very serious approach by very serious people to what it would mean to do evaluation in Jewish education. Providers of experiential Jewish education would respond in two ways. First of all, my belief is providers generally in Jewish education are in this business because they care. And the thing they want the most is feedback and input and wisdom that can help them do their job better. So I think that, number one, they would respond very well to that. Two, they now want to know, what does this mean practically? Providers of Jewish education, I've always felt, are of two types, or they have two traits. The first is they're committed, passionate people. You don't go into this business unless you really believe in it. At the same time, they are practitioners. They have to get out tomorrow afternoon and run a youth group. They have to get the summer camp working. They have to lead an Israel trip. So they need real practical experiences, ideas, and mechanisms. So I think that this would be not at all threatening, particularly, by the way, because of the personalities here. This is not a test of them. This is ultimately a device to help them do what they most passionately care about.